Alright, I think we should be good now. Sorry about that, guys. We do have a couple sets this evening. Weber versus Dr.Lupa here. Unfortunately for us, there's no Sieve Draft provided, but we do have the maps here for us. Arabia being game number 1. Home map for Weber is Arena Jungle. Home map for Dr.Lupa will be Nomad Jungle. So we have a few maps for us here. We don't have any civs, unfortunately. They failed to upload those. But is what it is at the moment, guys. Definitely not exactly what I was hoping for, but we will message them about that later. Nonetheless, hope everyone is doing well. We're going to dive into this set in just a second. Alright. Game 1 here on Arabia between Weber and Dr.Lupa will be here. Weber is the higher seed, will be in yellow, playing as the Bulgarians. And then on the other side, the Doc himself will be playing as the Britons. So, interesting matchup. Bulgarians, one of the few civilizations that do not get archers at all, which makes it kind of interesting to see how this is going to play out here for him. But not going up against the archers, he will have decent skirmishers. They will be alright all the way up until Imperial, where they're missing their last armor archer upgrade. Nonetheless, Weber has a beautiful map. All of his golds could very easily be secured here. All of them very, very secureable. Stone, not too bad. This one is a little bit out here. Food will be in a decent spot as well. Nothing too crazy there. The map here for the Doc, we have the gold up here that could be securable, will be a little bit more difficult. So just secure his golds, but ultimately could secure all 3 of his as well. Stone is forward for him as well. Lots of the food forward on this gen for both players. Interestingly enough, berries here are forward, berries here are a little bit farther back, but nonetheless, it should be fairly interesting to see how this one goes about here. Have to follow the game, see how it plays, but Dr.Lupa, I believe, is one of the lower seeds remaining in the bracket. He did make it through to this round via admin win. His opponent was unable to respond, which is always unfortunate. But nonetheless, we'll see what he has in store for us here today. Going to build some house walls here, maybe? We'll see if that is what he's going to do. Maybe he's going to wall up the back here. Weber on the other side here, I think he's trying to push a deer. I think this one actually ran around from him. Nonetheless, we'll see how this works out. Vil going forward here to build a house as well. All things considered, things are looking pretty good. Doctor here has a slight villager advantage for a split second here. Looks like that just has to do with the TC idle time behind this. Should not be too much of a concern yet. It's not too crazy. The second boar was finally located. It will be brought in. And yeah, he is going to push in his hunt. It's like the doctor will find his final 2 sheep, bringing in that second boar as well. It has started to wall that up, so he will be trying to wall up on that side. Which is not necessarily a bad plan. It is going to be faster for him there, but this would be more secure for the long term. And all things considered, a barracks on its way down here for Weber. He already has the plan to probably go into those man-at-arms here. Bulgarians, it's really hard not to go that. makes a lot of sense, actually. Man-at-Arms power swing is huge, and it does come for free and immediately upon hitting the feudal age here for Weber. He is going to get Loom. Don't know if this is going to be... It's a very strange up. I don't know if he's going to have the food. He does drop off from the deer. See if he drops off here from the boar. He might be thinking he has enough here. Oh, the monkey here for the dock is nearby. It's just going to pop another vill out while he finishes gathering some more food. And he will be headed up to the next age very shortly. The doctor is on his way to the next age already. Villagers, I don't know what these villagers are doing. Looks like they're going to go out for another lumber camp all the way over there. Very interesting positions here for both. Would expect to see those militia being produced fairly soon. There it is. Monkey will head forward here. The build right now for the dock here looks like he's going to get his barracks up now. He's not onto gold yet, so kind of concerned for him here. Militia will be spotted here, and the monkey will take an engagement, but only hits once. Monkey's going to lose some more HP. Some little small walls coming in here for the dock. And we do have a barracks up. The dock has yet to drop anything else yet. I think he must be busy microwaving this. And ooh, it's actually going to be a stable. Interesting. A Britain stable here. I mean, he's not on gold, so I guess a stable makes sense. Seems a little bit rough, but I suppose anything it can do. Gonna go into farms. This is still open on one side. I don't think it's open back there. There's a tree down. But these two vills are really exposed. And the dock does not realize it until it's late enough for these vills to lose some HP. This one vill could and probably will lose its life. Monkey blocking here and taking a hit will be a villager down here. And these vills actually cannot drop off wood adequately, which is kind of awkward. Monkey is still forward here. Weber has everything looking pretty clean behind this one. And all in all, things are looking a-okay. Oh no. Sorry about that, guys. The gaming software decided to pop up. Scouts are out, though. We'll have to see what they can do. Villagers, however, are in danger here. He needs to garrison the town center quickly. Not even going to get a shot off on those. Scouts are forward, though, so the dock is going to look for some counter damage. There are a few skirmishers behind this, but nothing more. Archer range is finally out. Scouts looking to do some damage here. Not going to find a vill. Will cause a little bit of TC idle, or not TC, some villager idle time. Yeah, he's not gonna get it. The man-at-arms also gonna be walking under the town center here, which is rather brutal. Monkey also here, but will likely go down. Scouts could find a kill on this vill. It is definitely possible. Monkey will go down to the dock, has stabilized, will survive, does have the archery range up, needs to get onto gold to actually produce quickly. Some crazy good quick walls. You know, these could be downhill hits, this could break quickly, but the spears will be on their way over. And the dock is not pulled back. Oh no, loses one, almost loses two. There are a few low HP vills here. He could dive for one. He could also just find this one. Oh ho ho ho! What a quick wall. things are looking good here for Weber, even after all this aggression towards his base. Militia, our man-at-arms were cleaned up rather nicely. We do have villagers on gold, but no gold mine just yet, so that is going to be a rough position. There will be the mining camp. Scouts still running around here. We'll dive and run because there are spearmen here. And Weber looks like he's in a really good position. He is having more military out on the field. His opponent just now going to gold as Britons. Can be difficult to mass those archers. And now we have the skirms out here. And we have fletching for Weber. None for the dock. Villagers in danger here. Skirmishers and a spear, but still will likely be able to kill at least one vill. Maybe not, but these being here is a problem. Oh, if he loses that spear though, it could be really fine. Yeah, now just send what you have. More skirms on their way across the map here. Oh, another quick wall, and the Weber's going to get away with that as well. A few scouts will be here, as well as the monkey. These skirmishers should go down. These skirmishers will need to try to pressure the wood line. Likely not going to happen though. This villager is chasing, which is unfortunate, but honestly they're actually pulling it back. That is good. There are two spears here, so this will be somewhat of a problem. Castle Age behind this for Weber. A very good timing with all the military he's had on the map. Skirms and the monkey are here. Really just need to take out the spearmen. That's really all they need to do. If they could take out the spearmen, then the scouts could engage. A villager with already low HP will be exposed. Villager will go down. Scouts are not being careful here. One goes down. Second one may go down as well. Skirms, only two of them cleaned up. Blacksmith coming down here for the dock. Military presence is here and is going to be annoying. Taking the dock off of gold yet again here. Castle Age will be in miles ahead here though, as Weber is doing a good job getting that position for himself, or even the eco running behind this. TC idle time has been a little bit rough for both, but all things considered, Castle Age is about to be in. We do have a few stables, so it will be a little bit of a switch here, which makes a lot of sense here. And ultimately, I think Weber is going to take game one here from what I've seen. The dock is having trouble keeping gold constantly. His base is somewhat walled, but not walled in any great fashion. This only secures a small wood line, which is going to be rangeable soon from this side if it's not already. Castle Age is now coming in, but we are going to see +2. So chain barding armor coming in. We already have some knights and a second town center coming up here for Weber. Will be another archery range, which makes sense here, but lacking the upgrades really hurts too. We have fletching over here for Weber. Villagers dying to skirmishers. 2 thus far. husbandry coming in as well now. These knights are actually trapped, I think. That's kind of funny. See if he notices though. Two knights are coming across the map here, and there are quite a few exposed vills here. Even if this somehow escapes, still the wood line, the eco, everything very idle. Palisade will go down. If he runs in here with the knights, lots of vills could die. Low HP vill down already, deleting a house. Even another vill goes down from the retreating numbers. And ultimately, Castle Age comes in, but the villager position not great. Will be a second town center on the gold, but I don't think he can stop this army. Does have decent archer numbers, but does not have the... Oh, there's fletching coming in. Because he doesn't even have fletching, so not ideal. This will all be noticed as well. Knights are going to be all over the base here. Weber is smothering his opponent right now, and as soon as this is realized, I think the doctor is going to end up calling it. He may wait. Nope. I was going to say he may wait to use his archers here, but Weber takes that one pretty cleanly. Well played. Again, like I said, if you guys are just joining us, this round of 32, there's going to be some elo mismatches, and that is for sure what we have here. Good news though, guys. Sieve Draft has come in for us. I'd asked for it earlier, didn't think I was going to get a response, and yet we have. There will be the maps available here. Bulgarians with the win over Britons. Home map for Dr.Lupa here, which I might have them on the right side. Let me see. Last minute problems, you know how that works. Weber's home map is Arena, and it is Jungle Nomad actually for Lupa. So let's just switch that around really quickly for us, and there we go. Game number 2, guys, on Jungle Nomad. Gonna load into that game right now, and we will continue with this one. Game number 2 here, Weber versus the Doctor. Going to be on Jungle Nomad. If you guys aren't familiar with Jungle Nomad, or you're just joining us, this is a old school nomad, land nomad start, where you must build a lumber camp first before you can have the wood to build your town center. Now, it should be an interesting matchup here. Italians versus Mongols. I would definitely favor the Italians in the earlier stages of the game, I feel like. But when late game comes in, Mongols with their siege, I think will be pretty devastating, honestly. Scouting going to be important here. We have quite a few sheep scouts available here for Weber, and his opponent will only have a few, but has enough and is locating things on the map. Town center positions will be very important. Interesting spot over here though, as to be honest, if he walls this up, he essentially has this entire back corner with stones, golds, and wood for days available to himself. It's a very interesting generation here that we have, to be honest. And on this side, I guess you could probably wall up a little bit, but there's no gold or stone back here. This Nomad does have some really strange spawns at times. This is definitely going to be one of them. A lot of the gold is in this northern corner, and it is blocked by this wood line. Honestly, I think if the players would have come to me with this map early enough and asked for restart, I would have probably said yes. Just simply because of the distribution of res here. It's definitely favoring Weber's side, but again, not his fault. Neither of the players asked about the map's position here. We don't have any restarts on this, or in this tournament, but if there is a really bad or a really bad res distribution, we would definitely consider that. This is the Doctor's home map, though. He prepared Italians, it seems. Cheaper uptime's always nice, and Genbo, not a bad counter here, but Siege will be the issue here, I think. But Italians do get Bombard Cannon as well, so it might not be that big of an issue. Just have to wait and see what happens. Town centers coming up for both players. Will be up faster for Weber here. Good thing, though, for the Doctor, he will be on gold. And honestly, it's not going to be too hard to secure himself a good chunk of this map either. Nonetheless, this will take us a few minutes to get into some fighting action. So while we have the time, before I forget, this is the round of 32. Round of 64 has concluded. If anyone would like to see those matchups or look back for your previous opponent, !YouTube will take you there, and all the games are loaded and or uploaded there for your use. It's exactly what we do here, and no editing. It's raw as far as that goes. It's just what you are literally watching right now, recorded and then released there a few days later. Both of these players doing a good job at the start here. There's no conversation popped up, so I'm guessing they both knew the map. Lots of things to consider in this matchup. I don't know. I still feel like I would favor Italians, but Mongols are obviously really good. And when they get to Mangadai, I guess the Italians are probably the only Civ that you're going to see up against them that have this outright counter unique unit. So that could really be something there. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. Villager is going out to scout. Probably going to try to go find the rest of these sheep. He already knows where they are. So going to actually collect those, bring them home, and probably use them for food, to be honest. Would make a lot of sense. His counterpart here. Let's see what he has figured out. He has found pretty much all the gold that he could possibly want, all the stone he could possibly want. His map position he's probably really happy with. He sees 3 boar here. We'll be bringing those in as well, which will be really nice to have those as additional resources. And yeah, these sheep are simply just being used for food. There are only interesting. This is a weird map, Jen. There's only oh no, here they are. They're over here. The Doctor never saw those, so he probably will never get those. But good to see that Weber is taking advantage of this. He's also got some hunt out here real close. So his food economy will be insanely good, especially with the Mongol hunt bonus coming into effect, which is always a big one. And he's going to lure in 2 of the boars here, which is actually spectacular. If he can get both these under the TC, which it looks like he will be able to do, will be quite helpful. This sheep was just lost, so the doctor will have an idea of where his opponent is. Boars going to both be killed very nicely under the town center, so there's tons and tons of food here for Weber. Nice little wall up across this choke in the front will be from cliff to cliff, which is always a fun little wall off. And sometimes I cannot tell if this is going to be walled off. I feel like there's going to be a gap there, but I could be mistaken. Weber with all that additional food should be to the castle age at a very, very good time, though. Only one on gold, however. He's gonna go ahead and get a mining camp down there. Probably gonna be a little bit before he goes there. He does have a few idle vills. Oh, and it's feudal age. What am I thinking? Said castle age. On his way to the feudal age. The doctor is dropping a farm or two here. Balance out his economy a little bit, which I do not disagree with. And yeah, there's a lot of sheep still over here. Weber found himself one of the best town center spots he could have. Gold is a little bit exposed, but again, he could wall up this whole side of the map with very minimal effort. So have to wait and see what happens here. Wall up here for the doctor. Has actually walled up a significant portion of the map. Could wall up the rest of it there if he so chose. Always makes this even more interesting. Fuel age is nowhere near for the doctor, though. He is very heavy on wood right now. I think he needs to send some more vills to food, but I guess he's just choosing to farm. Weber will be up to the castle age. Relatively quick timing here as well. Still has quite the few sheep available, 8 that haven't been slaughtered yet. Things are looking up for Weber. Dr.Lupa here. I feel for him. He's farming. He's not having the greatest time here. He's yet to click up to the feudal age. Continues to produce villagers, only needs 425 food to click the next age, and Weber will be in castle age. As soon as this goes down, we're only going to be 2.5 minutes out. Town watch even coming in, which is nice. Castle age following it up really quickly. Doctor is on some hunt and does have some farms, but ultimately going to be very late to the next age. In the Dark Age still yet to click up here. We'll see if he's got it in him to make a comeback of some sort in this game, but man, I don't know. Feels very rough. Very rough indeed. On to stone, so still Mangadai going to be the goal here. Oh man, there's the feudal age click finally for the doctor. He will actually make it to the feudal age after his opponent makes it to the castle age. And with 9 on stone, Weber will be able to afford that castle very quickly. Depending on where he puts it, this hill would be ideal. Over here could be fine as well. Barracks coming down here for the dock. Gold mining upgrade even coming in here. Castle Age has finally arrived for Weber, while Feudal Age is just now about to come in here in about 40 seconds for the Doctor. I'm sure that Weber is thinking to himself, he has this game won, his opponent's not even to the feudal age, and he is in the castle age. There will be that castle. We'll be on this hill here, which is a good hill to put it on. Really does help secure all of this resources in this area. And Mangadai can ultimately run around the whole map rather decently. The Doctor is going to try to go for the buildings to go to the next stage. The Doctor does have a 2-villager lead, but considering he's not up to the castle age, it's not really much of a lead. Blacksmith and the market is down. Castle will come down and Mangadai will be producing right away. Doctor abusing the market a little bit. Sold some wood, bought some food, and will be on his way to the next age here. All in all, we'll fall behind in villager count ever so much. Won't be much for now, really, but we'll begin to slow down here. These villas are actually being pulled and put on to the stone as well. Castle Age, though, it does make me believe that this could be a fine position here. It's not going to be great, but it could buy him enough time to get his numbers up, which I will assume he'll go into Genbo. But we'll wait and see. Barracks did come down at some point here for the Doctor. It wasn't really all that necessary, however. Eco upgrades coming in for the Doctor here. He'll actually have good eco upgrades for Feudal Age. Castle Age about to come in. We'll see if he can get the upgrades, as the Mangadai numbers are already growing. 330 and more stone coming in here. A castle on this hill would really be ideal, and then honestly stonewall this. I think that is the play. Another town center going to be coming down here for Weber, so he will be ahead in the villager count and is planning on trying to keep that as a continual thing. Town center number 2 actually for the dock, which isn't bad either on this stone back here. Let's see what happens. It's going to be a tight matchup. Mangadai are coming in though, and Mangadai shred, and there's another hole here. Hills and holes. My goodness. Second town center will be up here for both Lupo and Weber. Ultimately, things are looking rough. I wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of a forward siege or forward castle attempt here. The Doctor has made his villas up here go to gold, so he's definitely counting on them for some gold income, or sorry, some stone income. Vodka Nero completes here for both players at relatively the same time, but I think the Doc is just, again, I think he's in a really bad spot now. So late to getting up. Never put any pressure on at all here. There will be the castle attempt. Let's see if this goes down. These are going to be shooting from the hill. He cannot garrison and shoot these. Castle is up to 30%, and he's gonna send everyone, and oh, these Mangadai are gonna slaughter everything. Kados! I think this is gonna be GG, and even if it does go up, The villager advantage is staggering now for Weber at this point in the game. It's like he will end up getting it up, but at the cost of like 20 vills. My. Mangadai get out alive as well. Behind this, 2 TCs still working. Ballistics already in. I think this is gonna be GG, but our Italian player, the Doctor here, gonna believe in the Genbo. So we'll have to see if that has any effect on what changes around here. But I think as soon as we see Genbo, our Mongol player will probably just add a stable of his own or a siege of his own. Here comes the barrack, so it will probably be something more along the way of mangonels. He's going to break through here very quickly. Town center fire will potentially scare this away, I suppose. Genbo have shown themselves in no low numbers, but all in all, will probably be okay. Third town center being added behind this. Secures himself some more of the map as well with this. Genbo's coming in. This town center could be in danger. However, we have Mangadai converging. There are a lot of Mangadai here. 18 versus 5 Genbos. And HP alone is a staggering difference. And this town center will go up as well. Genbos are cleaned up for now. Forward castle was decided to be replaced, apparently, or replaced, I should say. Yeah, and everything's looking still really good for Weber, who's just going to sit back here with his numbers come forward to the castle. He's got 60 vills to 31. Even with these castles going up, I think Weber will be very happy to treb them down. They're going to be in the same spot. Obviously, he has to go to the next age for that, but it shouldn't be outside of the realm of possibility here. Kados, how you doing, my friend? Oh, Vills are going to come out here for gold and are just going to get slaughtered here. Castle fire, as well as the Mangadai. Genbo numbers are starting to get up there, but I think you just switch into the light cav line here if you're our Mongol player. Deleting his palisade walls. He's got the castle, so he's feeling comfortable there. Mangadai numbers are at 20. We do not have any more in production as we're idling to go to the Imperial Age here. And 3 minutes away, and then we're going to have Trebs on the field. It will be ever so difficult for the Doc here to hold on. Going out for some vision. I like this. Gonna go out and take some gold over there. Not a bad plan either. Imperial Age will be in here shortly. Would have liked to seen the Mangadai try to go do some raiding, but conserving the Mangadai numbers not necessarily a bad plan by any means. And it looks like the Doctor is going to head out here Gonna go try to find some damage, but at the same time, if that damage is going to come in, it will be harder because they are slower moving. The Mangadai, although countered by the Genbo, will soon have +1 armor and bloodlines, and on the way to Imperial Age with already having ballistics as well. The Doctor has +2/+1 and ballistics here, so gotta get another one for her in at some point. But for now, we focus on other things. Genbo's gonna hit this wall and find their way in, and they could find a few kills, but ultimately shouldn't be too bad. There's one Vil down. Mangadai are going to come in from behind and take the hill. Going to do great things against this army. HP alone, the downhill hits, the Mangadai numbers will still be quite good with Imperial Age and soon to be siege forward, and the Doctor just taps out, knowing he lost so much on the castle, knowing he was in a rough position there. I can't really say that I disagree with his final call here. Appreciate the Doctor for participating. Always good to have a doc around. But we'll update the bracket now, guys. Weber going to move on here from this best of 3. If you do not wish to be spoiled, now is your only warning to look in the opposite direction. Let's load it on up here. We'll update the bracket here. And we have Weber moving on. He will be awaiting the winner of El Matador and Nuclear Pasta coming up at some point. We'll see. We're waiting on a lot of games to come in for this weekend, and we'll see what occurs. I do have another set prepared for this evening, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm not all here for this tonight, so I can't bring my best show to you guys with how I'm feeling right now. So it's gonna just knocked one out tonight. It's gonna be quick. We do have another admin win too. Gurus, Toby, Bufus will advance on. Sal's good game left the Discord for the second time, and that will not be tolerated. It's not that hard to remain in the Discord for the duration of your tournament stay for any and all information pertinent to the tournament. Kados, that is the plan. But first, we have to say goodbye one last time to the Doctor.